Welcome back, or if you're new here then welcome. It is time for my May TBR game, which I'm very excited to do. So for those of you that don't know what the game is about, I'll just go over it briefly. I roll a 6 coloured sided dice, and that correlates to different coloured dice that are sat on top of some prompts. For every prompt I need to choose a book. I cannot double up on the prompts. If I roll the same colour twice, I need to do a reroll. Now I do not do a reroll if I get the same colour 3 or even 4 times, because otherwise my TBR gets out of control. So I have to roll for a minimum of 6 times, so I have a minimum of 6 prompts, but it can go up to 12 depending on how unlucky I get. So we do need to choose a new prompt, because at the end of the month I had 5 prompts that I'm carrying over, so we need to put it back up to 6. So let's get on with that. Also, if anyone has any prompts that they would recommend, that they want me to put in, that they haven't seen before, do let me know and I will definitely add those to this bundle. Okay, let's choose this one. Recent purchase. Not a bad one to start off with. Okay, with that out the way, our 6 prompts are chosen. Let's get on with roll number 1. Starting off with roll number 1. Orange. Oh no. Oldest book on my TBR. Okay, so roll number 1 is not a prompt that I wanted to come up, and that is oldest on my TBR. The oldest book on my TBR is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. This has been sat on my shelves for years. My dad took me to see Lord of the Rings in cinema when they first came out, and ever since then he has been wanting me to read The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and I have been saying I've been going to for years and I have not done it. So I am now going to be starting off with The Hobbit, although I am a little bit more confident because Bobbie from Bobbie's Dusty Pages absolutely loves Lord of the Rings, and The Hobbit has multiple editions of the books because she loves them that much. So it does give me high hopes, and Scribd do have an audiobook for this, so that's probably how I'm going to be tackling this one, and if I like it, I will of course continue on and read Lord of the Rings. So yeah, The Hobbit. Not what I was expecting to start my month off with. Roll number 2. Oh, that is actually orange again. Oh my god, really? A mystery. And my first reroll already. Pink. Recent purchase. What? Like, why? Why do we have a reroll on roll number 2? Oh my god. Honestly, this is not starting off well. But the prompt for roll number 2 is mystery. And for this one I've gone with a short one because I am in anticipation of the fact that my TBR is going to be rather large this month. So I've gone with A Study in Scarlet by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, which I'm excited. I really want to read Sherlock Holmes stories. I read Hound of the Baskervilles while I was in school just for myself because I was enjoying it, and I really did like that book. It really creeped me out. I will always have this memory of me reading that book, and I was in the car waiting for my mum to come back, and she banged on the window and I was in the middle of reading this really scary part and I jumped so much and my mum laughed. It was scary. It was a scary book. Obviously that was when I was a lot younger, so I don't know if I reread that now whether I'd still have that same tension in me. But I am interested in reading all of the Sherlock Holmes books because I haven't actually read any other ones, so what better place to start than with the first one. Although it was a reroll, I'm quite pleased this prompt came up, and that is recent purchase. That is a prompt I did get last month as well, but I don't mind it because recently I did get Near the Bone by Christina Henry, and I am so excited to read this. I cannot wait. I am just really feeling like reading one of her books. Christina Henry is an auto-buy author for me. She is more of a horror fantasy writer, but I love her writing style. I love the books that she's done. I cannot wait to start this one. I don't know what it's about. I just know that I'm super excited to read it, and so is Bobbie. So yes, reading this one in May. This is one of the books that I definitely wanted to get onto my TBR this month, so I'm incredibly thankful that prompt came up. Plus, these end pages, stunning. Absolutely stunning. I cannot wait. So excited for this one. Roll number 3. Yellow. Reader first in a series. Okay, so roll number 3 was nice to me, thankfully, and the prompt for that one is read a first in a series. For this one, I actually don't know what I want to choose. I have 2 books and I think I'm just going to put a poll up on my Instagram. So once this video is live, I will put up that poll and you guys can choose. So it would either be The Diviners by Libba Bray or The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. Both of these have been sitting on my TBR. Both of them have been recommended to me and I do keep putting them off, so I just need to knuckle down and get started. I'm excited for both of these, honestly. This is a book my sister's recommended, The Bone Season. She absolutely loves this series. I know that Samantha Shannon has recently come out with a novella that came out at the end of last year that loads of people were very excited about, and so it kind of brought the hype back around for this series. I don't know too much about it apart from the fact that I believe our main character is clairvoyant in a world where you're not meant to be clairvoyant, and it's kind of like a sci-fi dystopian read. I don't know too much about it, I just know that a lot of people like it. And then we have The Diviners by Libba Bray. This is a book that I got because Bobbie from Bobbie's Dust Pages, who I've mentioned a lot already, she really likes the first book and she needs to continue on with the series. I think she's now read the second one, or was meant to. I'm not sure what happened there, I'll have to rewatch the video. But she really likes this series, and so does Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte, so that's the reason why I got this book. And this one is set in the 20s, which is the flapper scene, which I'm really excited to read about. And I believe, again, she's almost clairvoyant. I think that's what these two have in similar. I'm not sure, I could be completely wrong on that. But she was sent to live with her uncle to learn to be a proper young woman because she has been acting out as a young woman should not, apparently. And apparently that was the wrong idea because her uncle is not exactly a normal man. Quotes. That's a quote. But yeah, so again, I don't know much about these. If you want to vote, just comment below which one I should read, and whatever one gets the most votes, I will read. Roll number 4. Oh my god. Okay, pink again. Under 250 pages. Reroll again. Pink again, but thankfully I don't have to reroll. And that's highest rated on my TBR. Yep, another reroll. Why? What is this doing to me? I don't understand. Okay, thankfully the first prompt is a nice one, and that is under 250 pages. And for this one I have gone with Tokyo Ghoul Volume 2. I really enjoyed Volume 1. I found it really quite funny in places. There is a bit of a horror aspect because we have these creatures called ghouls which look like human beings except they want to eat you. And I liked our main character and I liked the friendship between him and his friend, so I thought it was really good. So I definitely want to continue on with this series, and it is less than 200 pages, and because it's manga it's probably going to take me about 40 minutes to read, if that. Honestly, I think it's going to be a really good time, and yeah, seeing as I had another reroll, I thought I'd be nice to myself. So for the reroll I got highest on my TBR, and for this I simply go to my Goodreads out of my want to read section, rank it by the highest ratings. I then go through it until I hit a book that I own that I haven't read yet. And that ended up being Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. This is the second book in the Skyward series. I don't know if there's an actual series name. I couldn't find one on here. I really enjoyed the first book. We are following our main character who is very fiery and she's over the top and extravagant, and she's literally all words, very little bark, but I really liked her. And her father was a fighter pilot, but something happened which disgraced his name, and she has been fighting to be a fighter pilot and reinstate her family name. We're on this world where there are alien beings called Krell that are trying to kill humans all the time basically, and that's why they need fighter pilots in the war against the Krell. I really liked it. There is more going on than what you first think, and I just love everything. I even ended up with feelings for a freaking plane. It was just so good. I really enjoyed this and I cannot wait to carry on with the series. Roll number 5. Green. Continue a series. So roll number 5 thankfully wasn't a double, and that was continue a series. So I decided to go for a book that I was meant to read back in March, and that was for a ACMC readathon that I was doing, but I never actually got around to it. That's when my reading slump hit, and I knew if I read it then I wouldn't enjoy it. So I am reading All the Ties of Fate by Adeline Grace. This is the second book in a duology. The first one was All the Stars and Teeth, and I really liked that book. It has mermaids and it has magic and mythological creatures, and there is just so much that is encaptured. We are following our main character who has soul magic, which is the hardest magic to control, and she has to prove that she has control over her magic, except something goes terribly wrong and she is then on the run. There is also politics between different islands, because on each island they are separated into what magic you are born with. So even if you have a different magic to your parents, you no longer get to live with them, you have to move to the island of that magic. It's a very unusual world. There is a lot more going on than what it first seems, and I really did like it. It was a really fun, light YA read, so I'm hoping that the second one will be just as good. Roll number 6. Yellow. Again, that's thriller. Another reroll. Orange. Thankfully, I don't have to re-roll this one. Over 500 pages. Of course, it would have been too easy if I didn't have another re-roll. Seriously, my TBR, man, this month, what happened? Okay, so for the first prompt for roll number 6, we had thriller, which actually I'm really pleased this one came up, because I am going with Foul is Fair by Hannah Capin, and I got this book because of Bobbie from Bobbie's Pages. I have mentioned her a lot in this video, but she is amazing. Go check her out. I will have a link below. But she read this and loved the book. She thought it was so good, so of course I had to get it, and I was even more excited when I saw this cover. The beautiful yellow with the lipstick, I think it works so well. I don't know too much about this, but what I do know is that our main character one evening ends up being raped by this group of boys, and she is going to get her revenge. And I think, honestly, good on her. Good on her for getting revenge. Bobbie says it's such a good book, that it's so well handled with the rape and everything, that everything that goes on from that is very good. So this is definitely high priority on my monthly TBR, because I mean, I'm just excited to read it. Bobbie really enjoyed it, so I am excited to read it. So yeah, that's my pick for thriller. Of course, the final prompt for the reroll and for this TBR had to be a big book. Over 500 pages. But I am going for one that I think is going to be a 5-star read, which was in my 5-star predictions video, and that is Dracula's Child by J.S. Barnes. I picked this up in Waterstones literally because it said Dracula's Child. Literally, that's the only reason why I got it, and I was like, how have I not read this book? It is a retelling, well, it's not even a retelling, it's almost like a continuation of Dracula, and it's done in the same diary journal entry format, which I'm very excited about. And we are of course following his child, and we get perspectives from Mina and Jonathan Harker, and I am really excited to read this. I really do think it's going to be 5 stars. One, I love retellings or like continuations that have influences from the classics. Secondly, the fact that it is in the same formatting as the original classic of Dracula just makes me very excited for this book. So yeah, I think it's going to be 5 stars. I don't know anything else about it apart from that, but fingers crossed I'm going to enjoy it as much as I am anticipating it. So that is my May TBR, which 3 rerolls, oh, honestly, but never mind, it will be fine. I will get through it. And don't forget to let me know whether you want me to read The Diviners or The Bone Season for one of my prompts, because I think it'll be nice. I might do that each month actually, put up a poll for you guys to take part in, or for you to comment below which books you want me to read, just so you can have a bit more influence in what I am reading for the month. Let me know what's on your May TBR, and that is it. So if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it that thumbs up and subscribe. My social media links will be linked below, and I will catch you in the next one.